All right. So listen. So here is the problem. It's so it's not even that. It's you have a really small group of cops. And the only thing to keep cops entertained, engaged, and feeling like they matter is to give them a W. To feel a little bit overpowered. Yes, can we go and buy guns, whatever else. But when cars are outrunning us, every shootout we're losing. And it doesn't matter, like, you can sit there and say it's comms, you have to have it a little bit overtuned to where cops do seem more powerful. Otherwise, criminals don't give a fuck. They don't care because you don't matter. Because you are just going to be led into whatever trap they got, whatever skit they got going, whatever block they got, you're fucked. So the second you start a chase, you are already hindered by SOPs, so you can only have so many people, right? They're only engaged by the rules. I can't shoot until you're an active threat. I can't pit until it's gone so long. There's 100 things that you can't do before. But at any given time, they could take off, turn around, everybody jump out, shoot you. They could have stolen spikes, dropped spikes on you, which we're allowed to spikes whenever. They can block immediately. They have somebody pitting you out immediately. I have to give you the benefit of the doubt at every single chance. And I'm not saying like, oh, you'll get banned over it. No. I'm saying as a cop, you abide by SOPs. So you're already handicapping yourself. And whenever everything is equalized between vehicles, weapons, and everything else, and then you're also handicapped by SOPs, you don't feel like you can win. And no game is fun if you don't feel like you have that chance. So like, Ravage and them are doing really good at trying to make it seem balanced and fair and everything else like that. Right, gangs can do whatever they want as long as it's within the bounds of the rules. We have the rules and the SOPs, so you're bound by that. You might get chewed out if you flex outside the SOPs. Like, I'm not saying you're going to lose your job. That's not what I'm saying. But as a cop, you need to feel like you have a chance to win. Right now, I literally watched Hutch earlier today chase somebody and was getting smoked. Just, the guy was dusting him everywhere. He's just like, you could hear the frustration in his voice. And Hutch, granted, Hutch does get frustrated at things very easy. But I did the same thing last night and the night before and tonight. I'm chasing somebody and I can't keep up in a straightaway. And then they hit the brakes and they stop faster than me. Like, I'm following. So I have to have some sort of catch-up mechanic. And I think that's what's missing is there's no... And I'm not saying, oh, it needs to be like way overtuned. There's got to be some adjustment to give us a slight edge. So if they do lose us, they lose us. But we need just a little bit of an edge to be able to stay in it. Right now, I can't even stay up long enough to have a conversation with them, let alone make comms. And that's sober. I used to be able to be drunk chasing people and having a good time, like just interacting the whole chase. Now, it's not there. If I get too close at this point, they slam on their brakes, I hit them, they jump out, they shoot me. If I overtake too hard, but I can't even overtake somebody. And and that's my side of frustrating is I don't want to sit there and just be chasing you. I want interaction with you. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing is like, you're playing a solo game of cat and mouse. And that fucking mouse is fast as fuck. It's Speedy Gonzalez versus fucking Tom. Like you feel whooped before you even get in the chase. You see the car and you go, fuck. When a B plus is outrunning a A class fucking cop car, you're like, they take a turn, gain more distance. Take another turn, gain more distance. Take another turn, gain more distance. And you're like, I understand parallels and all that. And we used to be able to do that because we had a little bit more speed, a little bit better acceleration. Now it's almost like exact even. And I've seen it. I've seen it. I do not care what anybody says that something's not overtuned. They pull on any vehicle I have been in solo with 4 people in the car. They have 4 to 5 people in the car pulling away. How do you catch that? Well, you got to get parallels and stuff. They have drop a person off, they grab a vehicle, set up 1 block, and you're done. And you're just like, what do I do? Well, you got to be smarter about it. Why do I have to be smart about it and they can just make a left turn and lose me? Does that make sense? They should have to be creative to get away, not just lucky. We should have just a little bit of an advantage. I'm not asking for a lot, like 10, 20% advantage on everything between shootouts, so that people feel when we show up to something, they need to fuck off. The cops rolled up. And that'll make it more fun for cops to actually log in and play the game. Right now, you get in and somebody loses you in 2 turns and you're just like, what do I do? Right. It's a B plus acting like a fucking A plus. And you're like, what do I do? I have to be in B. And you just watch it leave you in the dust. You're just like, long eyes, VCB. Where'd they turn at? That was 30 seconds ago, man. They're fucking halfway across the map. Anyways. All right. I'm done bitching. This is going to get clipped. I'm going to get yelled at. But I think some things need to change to make cops feel like they're winners. Because every game that you play... Hang on. I'm going to mute this. Every game you play, you want to feel like you can win. And I feel like right now, if I get into a chase... Either I'm just a terrible driver, which a lot of people say, but I have proof that I could keep up before we got the new A pluses. At the A pluses shit, just I throw my hands up. Like I don't even want to attempt because I'm getting my shit pushed in. And that's how not just me, everyone feels. Whenever you do get a W, oh, it feels so good. I'm not gonna lie. But there's 300 people on the server, and when you got 10 of them being cops, another 5 or 6, when are you not a bad driver, right? You got 5 to 6 EMS. That means you have another 280 something people, civilians out there grinding, doing crime. and you're tied to SOPs on everything. You gotta feel like a winner for just a little bit. Even if you're losing, at least you're like, ah, man, I stayed in as long as I could.